Alright, from time to time the question comes up, how do you get the lower unit off of one of these 5.5, 7.5 Johnsons and Evinrudes? It's not that hard of a job to do, but there are a couple of things you have to do. You do have to pull the power head. Now, one of the things I always do when I pull the power head is remove this little bracket right here. The next thing would be to remove or disconnect the fuel lines. And if the fuel lines are dried up and cracked up or a little tough, go ahead and cut them. People say you can pull the power head off, set it off to the side with the fuel lines there. I like to take the fuel lines off. Okay, we got that throttle control rod and the fuel lines disconnected. Now you have 7 screws that have to come out. 1 in the center here, and then matching ones on the 2 and 3 on the sides, 4 and 5 on the sides, and tucked way up in here. Number 6 on this side, number 7 on the other side. They're not too hard to get out, but they do have to come off. Now, once the 7 screws are out, you just need to simply lift the power head off of the engine. If it hasn't come off, or if it's never been off, or hasn't been off for a long time, it may stick. The gasket gets a pretty good bind there. So you may have to do a little bit of work on it. This one, though, is going to come off easily. I know, because I already took it off once tonight. Now that the power head's off, you have to take this seal and washer assembly out. The washer, this comes out, the stainless steel washer and the seal on top. Take the seal, throw it away, buy a new one. They're only about $1.50, something like that. You can get them in OMC dealer or order them online. Definitely replace that seal. Next thing to come out is going to be the bushing part of it, the ceramic part of it. It's got a little O-ring in there. And if you can get a chance, replace the O-ring. That's good for it. The spring stays there all the same, not a problem. And then way down in there, you got to get your fingers in or get a pair of needle noses. Reach down in there and pull out the little washer. And I'm going to have to grab needle noses to get the washer. Now, the reason you have to take the power head off to get the lower unit off of one of these things is this little devil right in here. And that is the shift rod going all the way down in the lower unit to activate the gear shift. It's a 3/8 inch nut. There's a couple of them. There's brass ones. First one comes off. There's a little star washer underneath it. That comes off. And then there's another one underneath that's got to come out as well. You have to wiggle to get on there, but it'll come out. Now you can go down below and you can take off the 4 nuts that hold the lower unit and drop the lower unit. And when you're done, it all comes back up and those get hooked up together. You get a new gasket on, the base gasket on here, bolt it all down, hook up your fuel lines, and you're ready to go. Hang on and we'll drop the lower unit. Okay. You've done this before, I'm sure. It's the same as any other. Now you got 4 little 7/16 inch bolts up here. Loosen them, take them out. Drop the lower unit. Everything comes out cool then. It's 1 of 4. Got 3 to go. Alright. Bolt number 4 wiggle because the water pump tube may be hanging onto it. And you have 1 lower unit. Now I can see I got a problem with this one because my water pump tube came out of the upper bushing or grommet. I'll have to put that back up in there later and get this out of here because we're going to have to put this. This has to be in the motor first. It's a whole lot easier. This one's designed to slip right into it. That gets you down to where you can pull the water pump out and change your impeller or change your pump, the whole thing if you want to. But that's another day and another video. You guys take care.